Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna start this month's workshop for May 8th, County Board of Education meeting on Thursday. First is public comment. No one has signed up tonight for the comments. You can also sign up Thursday night. Next, it will be Thursday night, it will be the Good Citizenship Award. And then the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. And then the County School Employee Spotlight and the Leadership Pledge 2024. All the County School teachers, supervisors, and principals of the year, and County School retirees. Then we'll do roll call. First on the agenda tonight is to approve the new director's contract. Y'all received that today in an email. Anything on that?
We have 2 drafts to look at, right?
Yes.
I
Drafts to look
understand,
at.
correct.
Number 2 will be approved the May 8th agenda of the County Board of Education. Do you have any problems with the agenda tonight?
No, sir.
Next will be consent agenda. A is to approve the minutes of the April 10th, 2025 regular meeting of the County Board of Education. B is to approve Robert Adams and George Cochran as CCMS football assistant coaches contingent on a clear ground and background check and drug test. And I think one of you did.
Addition of Ty Cochran.
Cochran?
Ty Cochran.
Cochran, okay.
Sergeant, sorry,
Yep, go ahead.
Sergeant Adams have called me. Military situation. You should be back on Thursday.
Okay, that's fine. C is to approve Stacy Frazier for the County Middle School volleyball head coach and Tansel Howe as County Middle School assistant volleyball coach contingent.
Tracy's here.
Okay, thank you. On, contingent on clear background check and drug test. Thank y'all for doing this. D is to approve overnight and out-of-state trips. We have one trip, and that's trip number 4859, County High School FFA Camp Clements in Doyle, Tennessee on June the 2nd through June the 6th of 2025. Y'all have any questions on the consent agenda?
No, I just thank you guys for coming in and letting us put names and faces together. So, thank you so much. And thank you for taking these positions. We appreciate it.
Next will be granting of tenure to qualified teachers for 2024, 2025. That is also in your packet. Number 5 will be approved resolution BLE 2425, number 7. Ms. Bonnie.
I sent, in your packet, you have all the information from the state on the money that the state will send and who that who will qualify for that. There's a lot of stipulations from the state. It's only for full-time teachers that are marked teachers in T and Compass, but they have to, I mean, you could read the information. They have to have direct instruction, and it doesn't include administrators. It doesn't include people like our nurses that work with our students. So what I did is I made a document for you. The state will send according to the first round of numbers, and I did go through and check every single one that they sent. They sent a list of names, and you can pull, if you had access to T and Compass, you could pull that list. It's very simple to do. They sent enough for 140 teachers. That did not include our part-time educators, and we have some fabulous part-time educators that are really taking care of our students every day. It did not include partial year educators, people that came in like at Christmas for us. It did not include 2 of our teachers that have been with us all year because their licensure was not updated in time. And again, like I said, it did not include our nurses, our assistant principals, or our principals. So the state's going to send us about $324,000 for those 140 teachers. And that will be sent in July. So it will be after this budget year is over. For that to be sent. Douglas is here. He can kind of tell you the financial piece of that and how it's going to play out in your budget. So what I did is I did a little simple math because they're going to send enough to cover benefits as well. So they'll get the full $2,000. So I did non-eligible list. You can see that on that little sheet that I provided. And if you include that list of non-eligibles, you would have to come up with roughly about $56,000 to cover the non-eligible people that are in buildings this year. And this is for this year's teachers, not next year's teachers. If you were to go down and do $1,000 for your part-time or your partial exemption people, then that would lower it to $47,000. Additional dollars that you would have to find in your budget. And I put how I calculated it. Then there were other considerations. We have other people that work very hard. And if you wanted to give those people a bonus that have those certifications, it would cost you $13,839.60. And then if you covered all of your unlicensed personnel, everybody. A lot of systems are doing that. They have money. I don't know where they're getting it, but they've got it. And not every system's doing it because it's just too pricey. But if you did that for your unlicensed personnel, it's $152,235. So if you add the totals together, it's going to cost you roughly somewhere around $220,000 to give everybody that $2,000 bonus. That's not including your $322,000. So you're talking about $500,000 of money to do that. That's a lot of money. The state's going to send you $322 for that $140. But if you want to give the other groups, I gave you some figures to play with. You don't have to. The law says that you're going to get money for this particular group of people. And he gave you the reasons around the resolution. I don't like this. I don't like that the state's put us in this situation because I don't want to pick and choose who gets what because I think everybody deserves it. But we also have to be mindful of our budget and how we're going to pay to have teachers for next year. So I've given you a little bit of information. If you were to go by people in schools, certified people, because that's what this was proposed. Certified people, you would have to put in roughly about $55,000 more to make that happen for all school personnel that are in a school right now.
They're certified.
That are certified. I need you to pass the resolution, though, so that we can get this money if you agree to do it. I mean, it's up to you as a board, because I have to have it in E-Plan by June 1 with some other documents. I have to have the minutes of the board meeting. You have to sign it. There's a lot of stipulations. Does not mean that we agree with the Freedom Act. A lot of people try to say that if we pass this resolution, we're agreeing with the Freedom Act or what everybody's calling the voucher bill. It does not say that. It just says that you're agreeing to take the money. And make sure that's approximate numbers. You know, I'm probably off one person here or there. We took a long time to try to figure out who's in what.
Any questions on that? I think that covered number 6, right?
It is number 6. Douglas, you have anything you want to add about how that's paid out? That's going to be paid out
We, whatever y'all decide to do, we'll have to present a budget amendment. FY 26 budget.
in July. This will not be paid out till later in July. Even for those teachers that leave us, they'll still, if they were on that list, they would get that.
Okay. Anybody have any more questions? Number, I think we skipped number 5. Sorry. Approve resolution BOE 2425, number 7. Oh, you're fine. I'm trying to see what it, contribution and gifts.
It's our summer school tutoring. We got more money from Nicewater. So we're going to be able to do tutoring in summer school. And that's all that is. Doesn't come out of your budget.
Number 7 is approved general purpose budget FY 26. You have anything else to add, Douglas?
No, I sent you a revised copy of it that has the latest TISA number, and that's the only thing that changed.
Those numbers may go up. We're digging in data. We're going to start next week. We're losing about 3 students every time they pull. That's probably somewhere in the minutes. We'll be able to find those. There's about a difference of 30 students from last year. And that fluctuates. Whatever month somebody moves in. We've had a several kids move in this week. Don't ask me why, but they have. So that's going to fluctuate, but we're hanging around 1705, somewhere in that area. But I think we'll be able to find our problem and raise that somewhat. We need to, because it's affecting our title program. It's our free and reduce. If your numbers drop, your free and reduce drops. And everybody's having the same problem across the state, so I don't know what's going on.
Any other questions on the budget?
And Douglas will take the budget on May 15th if you approve it to cross the street.
Number 8 is the financial report. Did we have did we?
No, we finished balancing today, so I'll send it to you tomorrow.
Okay.
You'll get it tomorrow. There's nothing unusual about it. Get it tomorrow. As your report, Mr. Alexander, you have anything to add tonight?
Like I told you last meeting, I received an email, I think that day or the day before, stating that there was no additional reporting requirement, and I just included a copy of the email for you all to see. So I assume we were finished.
Done. Thank you, ma'am. Number 10 is the supervisor's report that was in your packet. Thank y'all for all that. Anybody have questions on the supervisor's report? Number 11 is to approve to purchase a 15-ton water source rooftop for the cafeteria at Cannon County Elementary and Cannon County Middle School. That quote is in your packet for $37,387. Melanie, you have anything to add?
That's gonna come out of the other money that, Mr. Neal had been telling us about. It's not gonna come out of my budget. So I'm just gonna pull that from that money that we can utilize in that, so.
And that's just buying the unit and then you have
That's just
someone
buying the
putting
unit
it
and
in.
then I'm paying some, which is saving us. I think from what we was quoted last year, I think it's gonna save me about $30,000.
Number 12 is to approve review of school board policy 6.400 through 6.710. Student continued from last month.
You're going to have some of these policies in the student section and personnel section that will be updated possibly in June or July. We go to a legislative briefing next week, so we're going to hear all the fun things that passed So a lot of these policies, they've been on the books for a long time, so nothing major there.
Next is the approval of bids for the athletic training services with Star Physical Therapy, the only one to turn one in.
Yes.
And that was for $32,000 for the school year of 25-26. That is,
And that's all the bid was for, 1 year. So I don't know why that other is on there. I think it was in the bid packet. We only bid it for 1 year at a time.
14 is the approval of football field house flooring donation. Is this you, Melanie?
No, Dan's gonna present.
I'll be the proxy for that. I'm not sure who submitted that, but there should be one more thing added, as far as scope of work, looking to get that approved for HVAC and ventilation system.
Okay. That
And
will
then
have,
I'll dig into that as well as far as cost. That is no cost to the county or anybody like that, but that should be on there.
okay. Is it all free to us?
I'm happy to talk about that. Unless you want me to talk about that now.
You're up.
All right, well, I got it.
Well, it's for flooring. Are you talking about just the floor as well?
Forgive me, I've never been in one of these.
I just submitted for the flooring.
So you have to put the other
I'll have to
one
put the
on the
HVAC
next
on the
one.
next, on next.
We'll talk
month.
about on the next one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give that for your consideration. We've just recently received a significant donation from 100 Women Who Care, and that was a part of that. We anticipate up to $14,000 to go towards HVAC, ventilation. Obviously, if you're aware of the circumstances that we've experienced in the past with staph infection, how just humid that locker room is, how that impacts disease, et cetera, it's something that's desperately needed. Majority of that cost is going to be covered. The rest of it hopefully will be covered. If not all of it, within that $14,000, whatever's extra, we're looking to cover that with the booster club.
What about the floor?
Flooring, so at the end of the day, this is, we've accepted flooring donations from Titan Garage and Flooring based out of Smyrna. They have said that they're willing to do $24,000 worth of scope of work for that field house to completely redo the floors in a garage type flooring, epoxy, et cetera, et cetera. Let me just go ahead and read off this.
You said Titan Flooring in Smyrna?
Titan Garage and Flooring.
Fit a lot of athletic facilities.
Mhm.
The type of flooring they use is no VOC, so within 24 hours, the field house will be usable again. Lifetime guarantee on the work. They, chemical free, basically, they say within 24 hours, you can eat off the
Yeah.
floor.
It's
So there should be no hazardous odors and stuff of that nature with it either.
the scope of that is concrete prep, epoxy removal, plate broadcast. I'm gonna say this wrong, polyaspartic top coat, help me out there, Derek. That's going to be about $23,000 worth of a scope.
It would be,
In exchange, the company is requesting a non-financial sponsorship package. So we're getting out pretty good here, which includes a company sign out front on the field house to be paid by us. We've gotten some estimates on that. It's going to be a pretty unique sign. They want game day mentions. They want their logo placement on huddle during the live broadcast. and the occasional promotional mention on social media. There is no money changing hands on this transaction. They're willing to do that via sponsorship and sponsorship only. So it's basically an in-kind donation agreement designed to improve our facilities and promote local business that supports our students. We can get back into the HVAC and ventilation system.
We'll have to talk about that next month.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next time.
And this, we had flooring put down in the weight room. I don't know if y'all seen the weight room since that flooring's been put down. It looks very, very good. So this is essentially, this would complete all the flooring in the field house.
All in all, HVAC and this, we're talking about $43,000 in increase in value of county property. No money is exchanging hands. No money is required from here to be able to exchange hands. So what we're asking is permission to do the scope.
The only thing I would ask is Melanie gets included in all of it.
Okay.
Even the flooring part, just because in the
Absolutely.
end, it ends up being mine or ours.
No,
We'll have to take care of it. So if y'all run the HVAC or whatever, I would like to have her there just because that way we know,
she's at the top of the list.
yeah, just add her in on everything.
Yeah, of course.
Anybody else have any questions?
Next month,
Next month, you
maybe.
will.
All right, so tonight, this will be just for the flooring and then you'll be on the agenda next month.
It would be nice if you would send a packet with
Yeah, you can send
exactly what, not tonight, but just send the,
Just send it.
sorry.
Again, this is my first one of these. I didn't know we were gonna burn through this.
If you would just give it to Lydia and she can
Let me
forward
go ahead and
it
give
to
you
me.
this.
And then we'll be, and
And
then
I don't want
go
anybody to
ahead
say they
and
didn't get anything,
then go ahead and then put it in the packet.
for sure.
I miss,
I've got it all saved. We can make copies.
just email it to Teresa. Or Lydia.
Have me too. Anybody else?
It wouldn't mail me.
I usually clean up the
All right.
That'd be a mess. That's part of it.
Is this some omen? Is this some omen? Good luck.
Oh, that's so,
That was my copy. Well, there's only 4 of you here. I was supposed to have 6.
I didn't know it was some message you were trying to send.
Not for you, but hey, it's
Yeah.
still genuine. It can still apply. Yeah, that's what that UT has.
I just had to keep my brain focused on what
Maybe we can find
I'm
a
doing
quote.
right now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, next will be number 15, and that is request permission to remove cabinetry from CCMS room 308 for new CCE furniture and equipment, and this was tabled or
It
moved.
was tabled because we weren't sure of what room it was gonna be, but that has been decided by middle school principal, that it's gonna be the art room that they're moving that to. So, in reality, we were requesting to remove the cabinetry in that art room. We do not have the new drawing yet of the proposed layout. She's supposed to come this month. We had it for the other room, like ready to go and ready to order. But unfortunately, since we're moving, we had to just start over. So she's supposed to come this month to get us like the whole new drawing and everything. This is not something that we would do until mid-June. I mean, earliest mid-June. So I guess it's just requesting permission to remove the cabinetry when it gets to that point. We already have that marked off our list. And when she comes to measure, we can go ahead and include all that space for her to do that new redraw of that lab.
Where's the art room going? Dr.
Down into the main hallway.
I know that building pretty well. What are we talking about?
Brittany's current room, Brittany Alexander's room.
Okay.
Because the way our schedule is going to work, the numbers will get smaller for Miss Candace.
Okay.
And the theory was, and this was talked with the leadership team at CCBOE, it wasn't just me making
Right.
the decision. But, the leadership team, we all kind of discussed it, that Candace's numbers were gonna go down. The original room, the reason it changed, I'm happy, as we stand up, she told me better. The reason we changed the original CTE room right now is going to turn back into a CDC room.
CDs, yeah.
Because of bathroom restrictions, because that's the only room we have. So that's moving back. And Tammy brought it up at one point that we wanted it to be, the CTE lab was going to be the band room, but it can't be for a number of reasons. The band room needs to stay the band room because that needs to be, the music needs to be away from, and hopefully we will have a full year band program next year where Guffey can teach a whole year of band. And we're gonna make it double as our library because our librarian has to go down to the elementary library. So we're gonna we're gonna move things around. So that band room is going to remain a band room,
Also a library.
also a library.
He's not, they split their schedules. so
They
they're not
split
there,
schedules, so
So,
it's not like they're in there at the same time. They are not.
Right.
It's a multifunctional room. And we felt like the band room had to be the band room because music can't travel down that hallway because that would disrupt everyone in the building.
it's soundproofed. It was built that way.
So, and right now we have
Couldn't-
in the current band room, we have Shay, our full-time therapist, in one of the closets, and we have Erin, our nurse, in another closet, and hopefully we'll shift them to where the band room can be just the band and library area. But they do shift, they are on shifts because Guffey's not there the whole time. And Laura we keep her planning, but we want to keep it open. And the library we want up because the elementary kind of has full access and we don't. I'm not trying to throw anybody on the bus, but they have full access and we do not.
So, we got people. Yeah. Thank you. No, I'm just,
So art,
this is not, like, gentlemen, you're the only two here tonight, so that's why I'm saying, like, we've got to think of something. This is, are you listening?
Taking the words out of my mouth.
We have people in closets.
Exactly.
And we're splitting a
Right here,
room for band and library.
And that's
And
why
do you
you don't
know-
have enough, you don't have enough teachers to teach the full program.
and I'm gonna fly by the seat of my pants and this one, I don't, it's a problem. It's a boiling pot. We have people, and this was not intended for this. and
No, I'm the one that does it.
I apologize sincerely, but this is the worst situation. I mean, it's fine, it's workable. We're all getting along, it's all fine. But when we have bigs and littles mixing together, I have to make sure that everything runs through Emily. I can't run the schedule that I want because the elementary has it's just a lot. And I don't think all the factors, and I know there is negative noise, I do. But there is negative noise, but we have 420 kids on a hallway. And it's not a bad situation. We have an opportunity to grow. So I'm just saying, but yes, the art room, because the schedule for next year will move down to fewer classes because we're doing more math, more ELA, that's the focus. 80 minutes for math and ELA. We will have fewer options for kids, which is good. The big criticism that I got from the state, I've talked to lots of people from the state, and the biggest one was you have too many electives available for kids. And I agree with it completely. So we're taking those out, taking those away, and they're gonna go to core classes more. So it's a good thing. It'll be good. Sorry, I talk a lot. You don't know me.
And I want to state, I have nothing against what's going on. I don't. It just opened up my brain going in different directions about where kids were going and what was happening. And the root of the whole problem is that we need more space and we need to split the two schools.
I genuinely would love you all to come see
In my
class change. I would genuinely invite you all to come down there. Those kids, we have the best kids in the world. And I just invite you to come down there and see a class change because And the block schedule will help that next year because there won't be as many kids in the hallway. And that's partly why I did that. But come on down, see it. It's a lot. That's a lot of kids in one hallway. And they're big kids. They're not
Grab a
tiny.
backpack and fall in line.
Yeah, you better.
Right.
I did not mean to go on that tirade. I apologize.
No, that just, I want you to know, I'm happy about that. I love CTE and I hope y'all know that. It just opened up more thoughts about what was happening.
And the other focus of that, Alika, and I'll say one more thing off the show, was that we are not an art-centered school. That's not my focus. That was not my vision that's not the vision. When we got together as a faculty, it's not to be an art-centered school. It's to be a CTE-driven school. And CTE, I know that there are some people who say that I'm trying to make it a mini high school. I'm not. That I want them to go to the high school and be successful in their CTE program. So I know the value of CTE, so I will be quiet now. I promise, Ms. Bonnie.
I didn't say, no.
I know. I just.
I would encourage you to talk to your teachers, and if you want a middle school, get them to start talking about it to the public. Any kind of parents, whatever. You gotta get some support behind it.
I think that the key is, I don't stop talking.
We'll take this offline. Let's finish number 16. We've done veered off the agenda again. All right, number 16 is approved participation in all federal programs for the coming year. Is that?
We did like Title I, Title II, IDA.
I thought so. I didn't-
5,
Yeah.
I thought so, but I didn't say nothing, so I just want to make
You
sure.
pray there's a title.
All right, number 17 is the director's comment. You have anything?
No, I don't.
18 is chair comments. I don't have anything tonight. Number 19 is to adjourn, and our meeting is Thursday night at the Kenny County Middle School, Elementary School, in the cafeteria
At 5:30.
at 5:30.
Well, the meeting starts at 6, but we have
Meeting's
a
at 6.
reception at 5:30 for all our retirees and our teachers of the year. And this year, our leadership class.
How many retirees do we have?
We have 3.